Hi lads, this week I got an email from a young man named Jet, and he said that his dad and him watch my YouTube channel. He asked could I play his dad for Father's Day. So here is the game that I played against Jet's dad, and I wanted to say happy Father's Day to you and to all the fathers out there. Hope you all enjoy.
Am I allowed to help?
No. Nope, you can just watch, but I got Jet here along with Lucky Charm Steve.
Yeah.
All
right, we're playing the Wrath of V here.
All right, here we go.
We're going to play D4 against him, and I do know he is a Jabava London player. We'll see what he responds with. I don't know what he plays against the Jabava London, but okay, he's going for the main move, D5. So knight's coming out to C3 here, and we're going to attack that pawn, and our bishop's going to come out here. Okay, so this is not the greatest defense. He could fall into this issue of going knight to F6, but I don't think he will if he's a Jabava London player, because he probably knows exactly these traps. I would be surprised to see that. Okay, so he's stopping my ideas, and he's got his knight here, so everything's good for him. I'm just going to move my pawn up and get my bishop out and my knight out. I think this looks good. We'll start with the knight, and we'll see, does his bishop want to come outside the pawn chain? Because maybe it does.
I don't want to keep it inside the pawn chain. I want to go outside the pawn chain.
If it doesn't, and he wants to play the pawn up, then he's got a bad bishop.
Or do I just keep it inside and try to play that way? I'm just going to keep it inside the pawn chain.
Okay, so bad bishop, but the most principled move. We're going to have to play against this guy. So bishop to D3. And the way he beats bishop to D3 is he needs to play the move C5, but he can't because his knight's already on C6.
I don't like these bishops, so I'm going to attempt to trade bishop D6.
I'm going to play A3 just so that I can preserve this bishop. Now his knight doesn't really have a great square to jump to. It could jump over here and then push, or jump back and then push the pawn. But I'm going to have time to move my knight
back
and play the pawn up to C3. And now that I get the pawn up to C3, when C5 comes, he can't trap my bishop in by playing C4. So I'm getting a sort of dream setup here. These doubled pawns look really ugly, but they're not ugly at all. They are fantastic. So I'm going to actually play the knight. No, you know what? I'm going to castle first. I don't think the order matters too much here, but I'm expecting C5. Now that he's moved the knight out of the way, C5 should be something on his mind. And as soon as he plays C5, we're going to play C3.
Maybe it stunts his bishop, B5.
Okay, we're going to throw this knight into the center.
Okay, he brings his knight in. I don't love that. Let's see, threatening.
And we're going to go for a big attack on this side of the board. We'll see what we can get going.
Yeah, I don't like that, because then those pawns, I got to move my knight.
Probably expecting you to
If I go
offer
here,
a trade or something.
let's go.
So I just completely ignore it.
Bishop
We'll wait a
B7?
moment to see what he's got.
But again, the problem with the way he's playing it is he's not able to get this bishop ever outside of the pawns. It's always going to be looking at pawns. Even if he pushes here and takes, we're going to take back with a pawn so that his bishop can never look at my king. We have to keep a pawn here on D5. Okay, if he trades here, I'm very happy because that kind of solidifies everything. I'm just going to go rook E1, get all my pieces developed.
Unless you kick his knight with the F pawn, if you move your knight out.
And I don't think this move is particularly good because, again, his C pawn can't move. And I think this break is something that maybe he should try to prepare.
What if I go knight A5? Knight A5, knight C4. It's defended. Take. I kind of want to do that. It's loose, but I'm going to try to quickly get it where it's defended.
If he jumps here, we just take. So I think everything's fine. Now I'm wondering, can I go G4 and then G5? Might be possible.
So if I can get my knight to C4, I think I'd be pretty happy. If he goes B3, he stops it. What weakness does that create, though? That's a backwards pawn on backwards C pawn?
But rook B1's also just something I can play at any point. So I think I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm going to go knight G3. And I have one little threat here. Knight H5. If he takes, we come here looking at checkmate. if he pushes the pawn, can we sack, take, 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 check, here, check, here, check. He can block, but we would at least have a draw there, but we would sack 2 pieces for 3 pawns, 4 pawns, 2 pieces for 4 pawns. Probably not worth it, but maybe worth it if the rook can also get involved. Don't know.
I'm going to go c4.
Okay, so this is what we were expecting. So should we just go rook b1, or should we put the queen on this diagonal? Now, I think the queen should look at this square. We're going to go rook b1. And he spent a lot of time moving this knight around, and if he just exchanges it off here, I'm very happy. If you get a pawn on e5, it signifies the attack, because a pawn on e5, this knight has to move, and then everything's coming alive.
Queen g4 is what he wants if my knight wasn't there. Queen g5 is being stopped by my knight as well. Or h5 rather, sorry. g5, h5.
And I do want to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. So the guy John we're playing, he's a father, and that's a great thing. But I still need to destroy him in chess, so we're going to try to do that.
All right, I need to get my rooks into the game. What if I push c5?
Is this move any point to it? I mean, he just jumps his knight back, and then the queen comes in. I think this is fine. Yeah, let's go for it. Because he doesn't have to take. He could just jump back. If he doesn't move, maybe we just capture.
Man, I feel like I need to do something about that.
And then maybe queen here. If he takes the knight, this is checkmate. And if he pushes the pawn, then the knight's fine and really well placed. And the rook can maybe lift and get into the game. I might have to exchange this guy off so that my rook can get active. Okay, he didn't go for it. So now checkmate's threatened, and I'm expecting the pawn to push.
What if I kick the knight? What does that do? Can I kick the knight? Oh, he's threatening mate on h7. What a doofus. All right, that stops both.
I don't think anything's sackable yet.
Blocks there, but creates weakness. Okay, now can I kick his knight?
Also, his queen can come to this square.
I really need to get my F rook out of the way.
I am wondering, though, maybe just moving the knight, getting it here, or maybe moving it to this square could be good. Maybe just bringing the queen back, because this is a weakness that we can maybe play around now. Yeah, I think pulling back is okay, but pushing forwards, yeah, he can come here, but he's not threatening to win this because I'm defending. And if he pushes the pawn, we take the queen. Yeah, you know, I'm going to sit on h6.
Knight d2, then what? I feel like I have something there. Knight d2, knight b3. Knight d2, knight b3. That doesn't do anything. I don't have anything, I don't think. Okay. Can I push? What if I just attempt to trade?
I don't want too many trades, because if we trade down, then his bishop can slowly become more useful. And I've essentially run out of steam. Okay. Well, I think it makes sense to trade here. If he takes this way, then my bishop has to pull back. But I really just want to go here and here. This would be dream. So maybe we take with the bishop here and then here. If I take with the bishop and he takes this way, then his bishop's useful. So I'm not a fan of that. But I do think I need to just get rid of some of his pieces. What if I sack here, take, check, here, take. I'm really tied to this stupid idea. Here, check, here. Rook can come in, but not quick enough. The other idea is maybe just pushing a pawn. Yeah, I don't really want to take here because and if I ever capture this, the bishop's useful. And I just don't want it to be useful. So I don't think I should capture this with either piece. So let's just go h4.
Let's go maybe still an offer a queen trade.
Okay, so he basically made room to try to exchange my piece.
Do I want to take on the king? Had that pre-move.
I can just pull back here. If I go here, he pushes here. I'm in a little bit of trouble. I could have maybe taken here. I think the knight is maybe better placed here. So I don't like a trade. I think we just have to do this.
Can't really attack me. I can kick it again. Where's he go?
I should have been aware of him trying to put his queen here. I didn't even think about it. So that was definitely good on his part.
What if I go h-pawn? He still gets this. I think I'm just going to blockade. I got a really bad bishop.
Okay, this is now a backwards pawn, which is great.
Okay.
I'm going to come here. If he takes, I'm going to take with rook and just target it. And this often happens in this doubled f-pawn structure. You get a backwards pawn on e6 because they can never push it because you just take. So this is looking like a good target. Aratha V has definitely played well. He's defending like a champ.
Ooh.
I'm going to defend this so that I can double, move the knight out of the way, and then take the pawn. Now maybe bishop comes here.
Okay, so he brings up that to defend his b pawn, b2. Maybe to double up, and also to defend this. If I go here, he wins a pawn.
Also, we can just play g3, put the king here. Other rook comes over here. Maybe push here.
Is that a bad move?
Can also go here. If he takes, we just take back with a knight, and the rook's looking.
Well, my goal is to get my bishop more into the game. I can't really come down either. Okay, he's doubling up, attacking here. Makes me glad okay, so if I go here, what if I go here first? If I go here, he can move. That doesn't really do anything except attack my rook. Here.
Looks like time might become a factor in this game. I still have plenty of time on the clock. Okay, I don't agree with this move. That just seems really bad because I can put the knight here, tempo his rook. His rook has to move, and then I immediately take here. So here, if he goes here, then I can come to this beautiful square, hitting his bishop and hitting the backwards pawn. Yes, I think this just wins.
Oh.
And even if he defends, we now have 3 attackers.
Does that help me?
So he defends, we take, he takes, we take, he takes, we take. And we won a pawn.
There.
And we're into the position.
Oh my goodness. Ah.
He could still grab this one. So maybe we have to take here first. Yeah, so take, and he grabs. So let's take this first.
See, now we're just trading. Because he's scared. He's up a pawn, though.
Just hit this guy.
See, I don't really want to trade. Goes up.
The rook comes here or pawn up. And I don't really want to give up the file.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was a mouse slip.
Just undouble here.
Rook c8 was a mouse slip.
Okay, we won another pawn here. We won it with check. Now maybe he does win this. I'm not sure. Maybe he does win this. I'm not sure, but we'll see.
I think here.
Okay, we can check and we can come back and defend. Now, do I care about defending? If I come here, he just pushes up.
b4, en passant, I promote. How about that? Oh no, he's gonna
Check. If he takes,
no,
we
it
get
still
the
works.
queen.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. How can he defend it? He can't.
I think it's
Take?
fine.
Okay, yeah, he gets a queen. That's what I was thinking.
Just got to figure out the way to
He can come back.
finish him off. Not seeing it.
I wasn't expecting that, I guess.
We can come here, but maybe I need to just come here and stop this. Okay.
Ah. Keep pushing. Oh, duh. The time. All right, good game.
I just finished editing this video, but that was a blast. I really enjoyed getting to see their opinions and how they thought about the chess game. And it was very equal for a good majority of that game. Well played to John. Happy Father's Day. And let me know in the comments if you're a father. Bye for now.